Question 50. For what values of x is x squared plus 2 over 10x squared minus 13x minus 3 is undefined? When they use the word undefined, that means we should find a way of getting the denominator, the value of this algebraic expression below 0. Now let's look for values we can substitute with this x that will give this denominator 0. Like saying 2 over 0 with your calculator is undefined. For this question, the concentration, particularly for this kind of question, in this case, is the denominator. So we have 10x squared minus 13x minus 3 equals 0. We just have to factorize this quadratic equation. We have to make it equal 0, then solve for it. So we know the coefficient of x squared is 10, is not 1, so we have to multiply it by this constant, which is minus 3, the one without any letter or alphabet. So we have 10 times minus 3, that will give you minus 30. We are going to look for two numbers that will multiply to give us minus 30, and yet when we add them, it gives us minus 13. And for you to get minus 13, that means the bigger number should carry the negative. And since we have minus 30, that means one of the numbers will carry a negative. So we have numbers that will give us 30 are 5 times 6 will give us 30. Then we have 3 times 10 will give us 30. And we have 2 times 15 will give us 30. So which of them will give us 13? We know when we add these two, it gives us 11. When we subtract them, it gives us 1. So this can't work out. We have the next two. We have 10 and 3. When we add them together, it gives us 13. And when we subtract them, it gives us 7. So this might actually go, because the addition of the two of them will give us 13. But let's say we add the two of them, and one of them will have to carry a negative, because we have to get a minus 30. Let's say the 10 carries a negative. That's minus 10 plus 3 will give you minus 7. It won't work. Then if the 3 carries a negative, then minus 3 plus 10 will give us 7. This doesn't equate to minus 13 for the value of the x. So we look at this and we'll take the next. We have 2 and 15. When we add them together, it gives us 17. When we subtract them, it gives us 13. That means this is the right answer, because one of them will have to carry a negative, and the one carrying the negative that will give us minus 13 has to be the bigger number. So we have minus 15 and 2 as our values. So we have minus 15 times 2 will give us minus 30. Then you say minus 15 plus 2 will give us minus 13. So of all the three sets of values we have, this is actually the right one to use. So we have 10x squared minus 15x plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. We group them in twos. On the next line, we find what's common. In this, we can find x in both of them, and we can also find 5 in both of them. So take out 5x. We have 10x squared over 5x. 5 here 1, 5 here 2. So we have 2. This x cancels one of the two x's. You'll be left with 1x. Minus, you can put our minus then 15x over 5x. X will cancel x. 5 here 1, 5 here 3. So we have 3 here. By the time we multiply this by this and this, you will get this back. We're just factorizing. We have this. Then what's common in these two? You see that there's nothing common in them. If there's nothing really common, 1 is common. So you bring out plus 1. You'll be left with 2x minus 3. And in certain cases, in some cases, the signs might switch. You might have minus here and plus here. When you're solving a quadratic equation and you're factorizing, you have to get exactly this on this other side. So you bring out minus 1, which changes the sign of both of them. But this is not the case for this question. So when you have these two common, you bring out one of them. On this other bracket, you have 5x plus 1. So you write 5x plus 1 equals 0. On the next line, you can say 2x minus 3 equals 0, or 5x plus 1 equals 0. We have 2x minus 3 equals 0, 2x equals 3, minus 3 crosses equals to sign, it turns to plus 3. X on this side is 3 over 2. Then on the other side, you have 5x plus 1 equals 0. 5x plus 1 crosses the equals to sign, it turns to minus 1. We divide both sides by 5. X is minus 1 over 5. So the two values for x that will turn this question undefined will be 3 over 2 or minus 1 over 5. Our answer is therefore C. 3 over 2, comma, minus 1 over 5.